The umbrella body for private sector interest in the country, the Private Enterprise Federation, is the latest to push for the BOST TSL contracts to be terminated. Last week, Information and Media Relations Minister Mahama Ayariga justified the decision by the Bulk Oil Storage and Transportation Company to contract out the management of its petroleum storage facilities within the Accra Plains Depot to TSL Logistics Ghana Limited, a subsidiary of a Nigerian company. According to him, local companies were given the opportunity to bid for the contract but just failed to take advantage of it. The Ghana Chamber of Bulk Oil Distributors has, however, dismissed this, insisting local industry has better capacity to execute it to the country's economic advantage. Meanwhile, PEF says the contract as it stands now is unlawful and only amounts to financial loss to the state. The CEO, Nana Osei-Bonsu, noted that their concerns are rooted in the sheer disregard for the country's local content agenda. He said concerns are that the local content being preached is not being followed here, and the Procurement Act, which calls for certain performance of statutory institutions, were not followed. Also, the president's recent initiatives or emphasis on patronage of locally made goods are the areas that have illegalities and is neither in line with the president's vision nor the local content policies and processes that are being preached. He added that the PEF just wants the relevant laws to be duly enforced. Both the Junior and Senior Staff Association of BOST have criticized the call for the abrogation of the outsourcing contract to TSL Logistics Ghana Limited. The junior staff say giving away the management of its BOST storage facility would be kowtowing to its competitors.
To the best of my knowledge, we don't have any rift with the BDCs. BOST is a company on its own. The BDCs are also private companies on their own. They are claiming that we should give our tank farms for them to manage. And we see them as our competitors. And it will be very difficult for us to, give our facilities for them to run. Because as we speak now, the BDCs came out of BOST. And if we have given birth to you, and now you are a grown-up, and you claim you want to come and manage us, it is something that we also find it difficult to understand. The BDCs, as they are local companies, but the business that we are having as BOST, as at now, the expertise that we are looking for, we cannot get it from the BDCs. And even if we want to consider the BDCs are a number of companies. It is not one company. So if you are saying you are forming a consortium, in the first place, it's a flaw. Because forming a consortium, you are all going to bring product into the country. So who is going to assess the facility first? And as we speak now, the BDCs have not even made any proposal to that effect that we can even look up to and say that we will give our facilities to them to run.
On his part, the secretary to the Senior Staff Association of BOST, Joshua Saki, emphasizes that the contract is purely a business deal that will inure to the benefit of the company.
When they bring in this efficiency, when they partner with us, or when now that we have contracted them to be our terminal managers, it means that we are expecting some breadth of efficiency into our system, skill transfer into our system. When we are efficient, then of course we become profitable. Our business begins to work right. And BDCs believe that anytime boss is working all right and is doing good, or TOR is working all right and doing good, then of course it goes to impact on their business. But we think that this is unhealthy perception. We should all have a fair playing grounds, and we should engage in fair competition.